is Krishna Janmashtami? Yes, Sarshit, please go ahead. What is Krishna Janmashtami about?
Sir, it is Krishna's birthday.
It is Krishna's birthday. Very nice. Wonderful. What else you know?
Sir, and also we also celebrate also at night because he was born at that time.
He was born in the darkness of the night. Very good. Wonderful. What else you know?
Sir, that's all, sir.
Okay. Rohan wants to share something.
Sir,
Yeah.
same.
Welcome.
Sir, I want to share.
Yeah, welcome, Namit. 1
Sir,
minute.
same.
Same. Okay. Yes, Namit, go ahead and add.
Sir, we don't do a lot of grand celebration in the night itself. We do in the next day morning. There is Krishna Jayanti. Then we do a grand celebration, make sweets and all.
Okay, very nice. Wonderful.
And like I think they may celebrate this grandly in Gujarat because Krishna is from Gujarat. So.
From Gujarat. Okay, wonderful. That's also good information. Anybody else? What is the significance of Krishna Janmashtami? Yes, Manya.
So generally Krishna Janmashtami is celebrated as a birthday of Lord Krishna. But today I realized that it's not only that, but Krishna Janmashtami can be celebrated the other days too, not only just today. That day when Lord Krishna is born inside us, in our heart, when Krishna is born, that day is a Krishna Janmashtami for us, because when we start not only reading Gita and memorizing the shlokas, but also imbibing the meaning in our lives and start following the life lessons given by Lord Krishna throughout his life and all the things that he has explained. That is the day when we really have to celebrate Krishna Janmashtami.
Very nice, very well put. So tell me one thing. So Sri Krishna was born many thousands of years back. But why do we keep remembering him and keep celebrating his birthday even today? See, how many of you remember, for example, your say great grandfather's birthday? Your own great grandfather, no? Maybe no more than maybe some 100, 200 years back. But does anybody remember? No. But this fellow, Sri Krishna, was born so many thousands of years back. But why do we keep remembering? And why do we even now celebrate? What is so great about Sri Krishna?
Sure.
Yes. You all can raise your hand one by one. I'll come. Yeah, go ahead, Namit.
Sir, Sri Krishna is dharma and has taught humanity in the form of Bhagavad Gita. So, like everybody may think Arjuna is just a character, but if we look in our real life, like you always tell, sir, we are Arjunas. We are Arjuna. We should follow Krishna's teachings.
So because his teaching is so valuable, we recall, is what you are saying.
Yeah, and he is humble. I recall a story from Bhagavatam when the kings come. When all the kings come for some meeting or something in a hall, then Krishna washes their legs, and he's so humble, like he doesn't have a ego, like why should I do and all.
Very nice. So his humility and his jnana is why you are saying Krishna is important for you. Very nice.
And Krishna in the shloka yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyam. So Krishna tells wherever there is downfall of dharma, I take form. So from that we can tell that Krishna represents dharma, and even in the book it's like 1 minute.
It's okay.
Yeah. So in the book also, Krishna and Arjuna are in the lotus, because Krishna. So the lotus is born in the monks. The lotus takes only the monk needed. So the lotus represents dharma. So the meaning of Krishna in Krishna telling Arjuna, that means, according to me, Krishna telling Arjuna Bhagavad Gita, in the book it's given like they're in the lotus. So from that I understand that Krishna represents dharma.
Very nice. Very well put, Namit. Excellent. Yes, Jigisha and Pancham, what is that you would like to share? Why is Krishna important?
Sir, as Krishna's birth, as Krishna's birth, we keep it in mind as he's a god. He's the avatar of Vishnu. So we keep that his birth is still remembered. And like Rama's birth is called as Ram Navami, Ganesha's birth is called as Ganesh Chaturthi. We also remember Krishna's birth as Krishna Janmashtami.
But why is that important for you? Okay, he was born on this day some time back. How is that important for you? How is it useful for you in your life?
As he will say Bhagavad Gita, he will teach Bhagavad Gita for Arjuna, and he will teach humanity. So it is important to me, sir.
So learning his teaching helps your life. That's why it is important for you, isn't it?
Sir. He teaches new things in Bhagavad Gita for Arjuna.
And we can also learn from that and adopt in our life.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Very nice, Jigisha. Wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Manya, what is that you would like to share additionally?
So like whenever we read stories of Lord Krishna and when we see his movies or something, then we often we wish ourselves, I wish I had the magical powers, the mystic powers of Lord Krishna. He's killing demons in fractions of second. I wish I had that power. But we often forget the difficulties Lord Krishna faced in his life, right? And just because he was God, it didn't mean that he would, think of the future and try to change his future. He just lived and he went by the way it went. See, for example, Lord Rama was the God, right? So he knew what would happen in the future. He knew that his wife was to be abducted, but he didn't try to stop it. He still went with the flow. He still suffered like a human being. So we remember, like we often say, Rama, the perfect man, but that's just half the phrase. The complete phrase is Rama, the perfect man in an imperfect society. Because though the society was bad to him, though it had people who were who were treating him very badly, though they respected him in the front, but behind they did whatever they wanted to, and they gave him a lot of difficulties. But still he was the person who was very ideal. He wanted to show it to people so that others try to follow him, because he just set rules, they just started building kingdoms. So these god-like figures, each and every step they took in their life is actually they're showing us life lessons. And we are often stuck in those dilemmas, what to do. So we refer to their lives, what had they done, and then we take lessons from them, and then we use it as a guide to do. So that is why we remember them, so that we live a life which is like a human being.
Excellent. Very nice. See, the role models we take in our life, who we look up to, like that we become. What you constantly remember, what you constantly think, what you constantly follow becomes your life. So therefore, the role models we pick, who we look up to, have to be of very high stature. Their conduct in life has to be very, very pristine. Because then that is how we tend to be. For example, let's say you are listening to some rock music or some pop music, something like that. Okay, so then how do you feel like, what do you feel like doing? Dancing? No, you feel like dancing a little bit, isn't it? Yeah. So depending upon whatever the sound that is coming. Why? Because that is how the sound is prompting you to be. Now, similarly in life, you will receive various kinds of situations. Like Manya said, like others said, look at the life of Krishna right from childhood. Even before he was born, his uncle wanted to kill him. Then he sent so many other demons to kill him. Was that enough? No. Even when he was grown up, later, his own people started accusing him that all the troubles are because of you. So like that, when you look at the life of Krishna, constantly there is trouble. One after the other, trouble. Right from birth, trouble, trouble, trouble. All through his life. But do you ever find him? He's, ayo, why so many troubles? Why me? Do you ever see him crying? No. He is always peaceful. Very, very calm. He has no worries. He's not sad at all. Even in the most difficult circumstances, he is looking at how he can be kind. Even before the Kurukshetra war happened, he gave so many chances to Duryodhana. Come, let us reconcile. Let's not have a fight. Let's work together. Like that, all through his life, when you look at it, he has given a perfect example of how can you be in different circumstances which test you, which are very, very troublesome. No need to be afraid of the situation of life, but stand up and face it. Face it using the jnana that Sri Krishna has given. Then you will also have a wonderful life. So that is why the birthdays and the life lessons of great beings are very, very important for us. They give us the right path in our life. So we have to be extremely careful who we look up to. So therefore, our great rishis understood this. And that is why all these festivals, whether it is Ramanavami or Krishna Janmashtami, Ganesha Chaturthi, through all these festivals, they want us to remember, recall, imbibe the lessons. So where was Krishna born? In a jail. What does a jail indicate? It is like a mind that is full of worry, tension, irritation, anger. Isn't it like a jail? When you're full of anger, worry, yeah. So that is what the jail is. In the jail, when Sri Krishna is born, you see, the jail opens automatically. All the doors open automatically. So when Sri Krishna is born in us, means what? Krishna's jnana is understood and we practice that in our life. So through Bhagavad Gita, he has given us various kinds of jnana. When we realize that and when we use that in our life, then how our life will be? It will also open up. Our mind will open up. What we feel as a jail will now be a wonderful place. So like that, Krishna's birth means understanding the teaching of Krishna using that in our day-to-day life to make ours and the life of people around us happy, healthy, and peaceful. All right? Yes, Prerana, go ahead. What is your point? Prerana, you wanted to say something?
No, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay. I thought you raised your hand.
Sir,
Yes, Namit.
sir, I want to share two more why we should remember Krishna.
Go ahead.
Sir, in the last week's shloka Samoham,
Yeah.
in that I learned we should remember Krishna because Krishna is not partial to anyone. And one more reason is in the shloka 9.26, Patram Pushpam Palam To Yam. In that, we should remember Krishna because he doesn't have likes or dislikes, but we daily have likes. I want a chocolate, I want a toy. We have likes and dislikes, and we are like, we don't want this, we don't want that. Like we have likes and dislikes, but Krishna says in that shloka, if you give me if you give me just a fruit, leaf, or anything, I will accept it.
Very nice. So he teaches us how to live life, how to
Yeah.
keep our mind very, very calm and peaceful. Very nice. Very nice points, all of you. Is there any other question from anybody related to why we celebrate Krishna Janmashtami? Any other questions related to the celebration? Because the festivals are not only about food. The festivals, of course, the food is yummy. You know, in each festival, we make some nice dish, right? That is yummy. Very good. That is yummy for the tongue and also maybe for the tummy. But then we should also realize what is nice for us, for our life through these festivals. And we should imbibe that message of the festival and use it in our day-to-day life. Then, like somebody said, every day we can really celebrate Krishna Janmashtami, because every moment Krishna is truly with us. Meaning what? As kindness, love, compassion, courage, intelligence, honesty, all these are Krishna's values only. All these values help us to lead a wonderful life. So when we imbibe those values, then we've imbibed the message of Krishna. When we live through those values, we're living the life of Krishna. Then entire life is nothing but Krishna Janmashtami only. Every moment you can celebrate. All right? So let me stop the recording of this discussion about Krishna Janmashtami.